Oh snap. Because I'm recording, so it's gonna show it if you don't get it.
Let me see. Woo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the dumbest smart show on the internet. Drink and grow rich. Cheers, happy Friday. And today, we're celebrating the man of the hour. The man who 6 months ago was 442.2 pounds. And today, 6 months later,
6 months later.
6 months later, he weighed in at 390. He lost 51 pounds, something like that. And this one's for Brandon. Brandon. Oh, wait, I gotta loosen it up. Oh! Woo! Here, gotta pour in here, Brandon.
All right.
And tell everyone how you're feeling.
Hey guys, I am 50 pounds down. I feel amazing. Any questions? Best questions win $50.
Claire's there. She says, "What's up?" Dang, haven't done one of these in a long time. Hello, welcome.
Champagne.
How's the champagne? Let me have some. A little warm, but you like it?
Yeah, I like champagne.
All right.
Champagne.
And these fancy champagne glasses. But Brandon lost 50 pounds. He went to the bank right after, cashed my check. 5,000 G's. He's richer. He's skinnier.
Yeah.
Now he's going to start dressing nicer.
Yes.
Maybe get rid of some of that like extra fluff on your beard.
I was thinking, should I shave my beard? Would that like cause?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you could shave it or you can groom it a little nicer.
Yeah.
Maybe remove that y'all from your vocabulary. And boom, you are officially a fancy gentleman.
The momentum train has started.
Yeah. And you said that you feel amazing that you set a goal.
And I accomplished it.
A long-term goal.
Yeah.
6 months. And then 1 month you had a big setback. You gained a pound over a month. And that was like the turning point. That was a setback. And every great story has a setback. And it came down to like the final.
Yeah,
you said the final 3 weeks is when you really turned it on, right?
Yeah, I had to turn it on.
Someone on here said shave.
Huh?
Someone on here said shave.
Yeah.
You should shave. 2 people said shave the beard. I agree. Shave the beard.
The beard is what gets the ladies.
I don't know. 2 ladies just said shave it.
That's
Business bros, what's up? What do you say?
I said those must be like older ladies.
Oh no, I say shave the beard too. But whew, what a great week. Hope everyone's having a great time. Take a drink with me and let's get going. Who's got some questions? Who's got some thoughts? What's going on in the world?
This is my first beer in 6 months. So cheers.
It's your first beer in 6 months?
I haven't drank beer in 6 months.
Woo! It tastes good. I was thinking about doing a sober March, but that would
it's like
that would affect Drink and Go Rich. But I can just drink water or something on here.
I mean,
it just says Drink and Go Rich. It doesn't say drink alcohol and grow rich.
Yeah, exactly. We're not promoting alcoholism.
Someone said they're definitely not old. Yeah, so young woman says shave it.
Oh damn.
But who's seen Bitcoin lately? It's at like $55,000 per Bitcoin. So wow, I have 2 of them. Someone said Claire hasn't had alcohol since December 2020. So that is,
Dang.
it's like 3 months. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good, I guess. I do like alcohol, mostly on for the show. And I don't know. I read somewhere before smart people like to have a drink once in a while. But that was probably just some smart
It said
alcoholic.
Shakespeare had weed in his pipe, they found.
Rachel said, sober March? Why? The reason I would do a sober March would just be, I don't know, to prove to myself that I can.
Yeah.
And just like do something difficult for the sake of it, just for the hell of it. I don't know. I've just been thinking about it. I haven't committed to it yet. But if I commit to something, I'm absolutely going to accomplish it. Tell us about the new warehouse. The new warehouse is rolling along right now. There's people up there putting the HVAC unit in, the AC, and then they're doing the floor. They're doing a hardwood floor. Excuse me. And we were there today. We got the internet set up. We were there today getting like the sign made. We have like a Lowry brand sign, United Monogram sign. Pour it up, baby. And it's coming along great. I cannot wait I cannot wait to get everything moved over there. I was on the phone today setting up our system where we're gonna like be able to scan all the files and have it go through the system and shipping. It's all pretty complicated stuff, but it is what we do. We work to get monograms to our customers the very fast way possible. Did Shelby get the better office? She gets whatever office she wants.
Yeah. There's some nice choices to choose from. There's a lot of them.
Oh yeah. What else is going on? What else? We've got some business thoughts, some business questions, or is anything else going on in the world? There's definitely less news. Definitely less news these days. Amy's got to plan her visit. Yes. Come visit Amy. I think you skipped a year or two because we had our wedding, and it's Shelby's friend Amy on here. She used to come visit us every year in Charleston. And then she got a boyfriend, so. And there's Corona, and we had our wedding and all that. But yes, plan your visit. Me and Shelby are moving into our apartment tomorrow. It has 3 bedrooms, so we got plenty of space. And where we live is going to be like downtown, like Daniel Island, but it's like walking distance to like some bars and restaurants and stuff like that.
Is one of the rooms going to be the baby's room?
We have one, I don't know. You want to come visit too, Claire? All right, schedule it. You only missed 1 year. That's right. And that's fine. You're still our top visitor. Our friend Nico's coming to visit next week.
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
Bringing his girlfriend down?
No, I just have a girlfriend.
Oh.
He was dating my cousin Katie. They broke up. Looking forward to seeing the apartment too. Amy, I feel like you usually come in April or something like that, so come on down. Whew.
How long is Nico staying for a week?
Babies. He's staying for a weekend, like 4 days.
He's staying with you or he's getting a hotel?
He's staying with us. Whew. What else?
Drink.
I had this guy on my podcast. Probably one of my favorite ones, or one of my bigger guests. His name was Zuby. Does anyone know Zuby? Zuby, he's a guy, and he set the women's weightlifting record because he like claimed to be a woman. And then he won, and I guess he was trying to like make fun of that a little bit, but he's also like a rapper, and he's like Oxford graduate, and he talks about like the world and stuff like that. It was really cool to have him on the podcast. He was on Joe Rogan before. I was thinking like, like the 6 degrees, like between the people I've had on my podcast, like
yeah,
pretty much touches like everyone.
Your list is very respectable.
Shelby missed the champagne popping. You missed it, Shelbs. I always mess up the champagne top. I like twist it a little bit, and because I want to go like, and sometimes I go. It wasn't the best execution. I have AirPods. Hell yeah, I have AirPods. My husband and I bought a 3-bed and lost his guitar room, turned into a nursery. We'll have plenty of space for stuff like that at the warehouse. What's some specifics in your expansion plan with the new warehouse? More space, more machines, faster production, more time for the sales team to be able to work on sales and get better products, be able to focus on more social media platforms, to grow the brand, work with influencers, try out different things.
Have your own products in-house.
What about Alex Friedman? I think Rachel said that.
Lex Friedman?
She means Lex Friedman.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably connected to him.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I messaged him on Instagram, but
I'd love to have Lex Friedman on.
Yeah. What did I say before?
Lex Friedman. She wants him on. Rachel wants him on the podcast.
He's like the B-list Elon Musk.
Yeah, maybe we gotta offer him some money, but no, he's a super smart. He's like kind of a little bit of the new Joe Rogan, a little bit because he's on YouTube more.
Yeah.
And he's got really cool guests and talks about smart stuff.
He's Elon Musk if Elon Musk did more social media.
Yeah. Hacker says, "Congrats, Brandon. Time for some big bites."
Yeah.
Hacker, call in. We're still waiting for Shelby to be on the podcast. I pitched that to her, Claire, and I saw her list of questions. She's been on it before, like in the early days, maybe like episode 8 or something like that. But it wasn't like an interview. We were just talking together.
It's gonna be coming.
She's
soon.
a tough to get, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying to book her. She's too busy. We were thinking about maybe like, what if we did a his and her podcast? That would be more for like the girl audience.
I think it'd work.
But that is the more detailed plan of the new warehouse. We'll be able to hire people to kind of run stuff so we can, focus on bigger picture stuff. And can't wait, baby. But yeah, Zuby was cool. And then the other guy that I thought it was a bad podcast with Mikey Taylor. He's like this like skateboarder who's now like a business guy. He's got like 1 million Instagram followers. And I ended the podcast. I was like, I think that sucked, but Brandon thought it was good.
Yeah.
Shelby should start her own podcast.
Shelby said that?
No, Claire said that.
I think there's a market for women's podcasts now.
I got another thing I want to say. Like, if anyone heard about this big fight between Apple and Facebook, do you know about that?
No.
It has an effect on me. It's basically Apple's coming out with a new software update, and they are trying to be like the privacy company in there. So if you're on like the Facebook app with a new Apple update, and it asks you, do you want to share your data or not? I say yes, share your data, because basically what it will result in for the people is better ads. Like it'll give you better ads. Apple's making it much harder for Facebook to get the data that they used to have. You know, have you ever been like around your phone or texting about Pringles and then all of a sudden you get like a Pringles ad, like, or it basically, I don't know exactly how it works, but it'll serve you products that you need and want, which is a good thing, right? What would be the downside of giving up your data? Like, do you care if Facebook has your data?
No. But I still check no on most of those things because you're like...
Why?
Because you still can like use their service without having to check that sometimes.
Yeah, so like everyone checks no because they're like, why?
I'm just thinking like if I still can use your service, like might as well just say no.
I know, but I guess what I'm trying to say is you should check yes.
Because of better ads.
I mean, I'm a little biased because we do run a lot of Facebook ads. But like, if that's basically what it comes down to. Apple is trying to screw over Facebook. They're competitors in different things. They work together in different things, but everyone accesses Facebook through their phone, which is Apple. So if they change their some of their things, it makes it harder for Facebook to get all the data that they had. What is Facebook going to do with that data? They're basically going to be able to serve you better ads. And if you want better ads, then click yes. And if you're really concerned about privacy, which here's the thing, it says yes or no, and most people just hit no. Because there's like this thing, I don't want to give up my privacy. I don't really. What are you hiding? Like what? Like what are you concerned? I'm always interested about that. What are you concerned about if you allow Facebook to get your data? I mean, we don't really know exactly what that means.
You don't want to be considered like a number, like a piece of data. Like
yeah, but you are.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
You're gonna get drilled with ads either way. Might as well have them be things you're interested in. Thank you. Exactly. That's why you should click yes on it. And, I think Apple is really trying to brand themselves as this privacy company for their brand. I mean, it's a good branding effort.
Pay off in the end.
It's a good branding effort by Apple because people are concerned about that stuff. But it doesn't really matter. But since it's like a topic, they're trying to be part of their brand. And that is smart of them. And one thing it's doing is really screwing over Facebook. And they're still getting some data. They're still getting data. It's not going to like end everything. But I've seen, I'm a big Facebook advertiser. And if you don't know, Facebook owns Instagram. So Facebook and Instagram. And they are freaking out. Like when you log into your ads page, like there's all these messages. I had a call with this guy who was telling me like a few things to do to like have it set better. They're pissed. They're like in a war right now. And I feel like Apple's kind of winning, but see how it plays out. You're gonna get Bitcoin, dude. I mean,
Dogecoin.
Do you know what that is?
I just know it's the cheaper version. That's all.
It's like 5 cents.
Yeah, they're trying to make it big.
So, do you know the origin of Dogecoin?
Reddit?
It's literally a joke. It's a cryptocurrency created as a joke.
Oh.
It's like a troll coin. It should be called troll coin.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a joke.
I mean, so anyone can create a cryptocurrency. It's not that difficult.
So they're just creating it and they're like, oh, let's pay 5 cents just to do it for fun. Ha ha ha.
No, I mean, anyone can create a cryptocurrency, and then the ones that are valuable are the ones that everyone agrees upon and buys.
Yeah.
So it's basically just up to perception about which one is the best. I mean, Bitcoin is clearly the best one. It's the one I don't see. I'm obviously I'm invested in it. I own 2 Bitcoins. I've made tons of money on them. It's skyrocketing. They're worth $55,000 a piece right about now. But I want to make money, yes. But also for the future of the world, it could be a much better thing. And if everyone agrees on one cryptocurrency, that could kind of like solve it. But all these other ones, they're making them. And the only reason Dogecoin is, I think that's how you say it, Dogecoin.
I don't know how to say it, yeah.
The only reason that's in the conversation is because Elon Musk is like fucking around with it. Like Elon Musk is a troll on Twitter a little bit. He's posting pictures of it. He just thinks it's funny. And he's like, how much can I pump up this dumbass coin by tweeting about it? So he just like tweets about it and dude, fucking put $50 into it. You guys got $5,000.
What's your origin of Bitcoin? How did you know about it before John Vallis?
Just being in tune. Twitter, like being in tune with the world. Dogecoin trash, but great memes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just a joke. It's just a joke.
And all the people who bet it on
20 million Dogecoins are made a day, right? So like, it doesn't have the
value. It's not scarce.
It doesn't have the scarcity that Bitcoin has. Bitcoin's like the perfect one. That's why it's the most valuable. It's got the most credibility, and the reason it's skyrocketing. I mean, no one really knows. It's just like, but Tesla bought $1.5 billion worth, and that helped it go up, and also that showed people that real companies are investing in this stuff. Like, that is when it's really taken off. Like, I remember how long ago where I was on the podcast with Hecker, we were talking about, dude, it's at 23,000.
Yeah, you were telling him.
$23,000. That was like 6 weeks ago.
You're pleading to him.
That was like 6 weeks ago. You should have bought it then. Now that's up 30 grand from that. But I do just, okay. On Monday was some crap hole holiday. And the banks were closed, so you couldn't like do transactions and stuff like that. Like, what the fuck? Why is the bank closed? Like with Bitcoin, it's open all the time. Hacker wants to call in. Hack dog.
Yo.
What's good?
Brandy, congrats, dude.
Come over here, Brandon. Hacker, you were there when the origin of the $5,000 came in.
Yeah, my jaws. What's up, dude? Congrats, man.
Thank you. It was hard work. It was worth it.
That check like weeks ago.
What? No, it was dated for today.
Dated for tomorrow. They actually said they gotta cash it in Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
See, if it was Bitcoin, it would have been cashed in, like immediately.
Yeah. So.
I heard you guys talking about that. I did buy more. I had some. I did buy more Bitcoin that day that we talked about on the podcast.
Nice.
He made a little money.
What'd you say?
To the moon.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's getting in on it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say congrats to the big guy.
Brandon, tell more about your struggle.
All right.
Get in. You want to get in?
Yes.
Get in. All right, let's get in.
Get in there. Crack a beer.
All right. What are you up to?
I'm finished.
Hacker said he's having a withdrawal from the podcast.
You having a withdrawal? I felt.
I said I felt disconnected.
I felt like you were gonna have that because like it was like some great podcasts that we did together, and I thought we were like building like good chemistry, but Sean wanted to try to branch off again. We have potential in the future to bring you back. So.
All right. Yeah, man. But congrats. What are you gonna do with the money?
I'm gonna pay off my bed. I have a bed that I financed, and then maybe pay off a credit card. And other than that, like.
Boring.
Other than that,
something fun with some of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably not the right thing to say, but at least a little bit of it, do something cool.
Yeah, I just don't know what I would do. I'm not a big spender. Like, I'll buy some new clothes, new shoes. I'll put some money in investing.
Maybe buy some Bitcoin.
Yeah. I had Bitcoin and I sold it all, so I'm a little late, but it's worth it. Yeah.
Never. All right, man. I gotta run, but congrats, dude.
Thank you, David. Thank you, man.
Yep. All right, see you.
See ya. Hey, everyone. Any questions? We still have $50.
Oh, Hacker got off?
Yeah, he had to run. He said he was getting withdrawals, though. What are you going to do about that?
Those were some of my favorite podcasts.
It was great. Yeah. All right, guys. I don't see no questions. We need questions.
$50 on the line.
Any questions about me losing losing 50 pounds? Do you see mine? Did you see mine? I did not see yours, Claire. You have to retype it. All right, guys. No more questions?
All right, you can't just sit there and ask for questions. You gotta fill the space.
Yeah. All right, fill the space. So, guys, everyone wants to know more about my journey losing 50 pounds.
Talk about the pain, the struggle.
So the pain came like 2 months ago when I realized like I just need to not eat. How are your jeans fitting? They are falling. All my clothes are falling off.
I saw his ass crack the other day.
That's why Sean's like wondering like why I like wear these clothes I wear every day. It's because all my clothes are falling off now.
We got money for new clothes.
Yeah, I had like, how did you do it? What did you change? What's been your meal prep? What's the first meal you're going to make in your kitchen? I've been craving like rice.
Rice is not good for you.
It's not good for me.
That's like what you missed?
Well, no, he's like, Shelby, so what's your first meal you're going to make? Like, I don't cook a lot. I've been literally walking to Earth Fair and just buying, like, the food they have. And...
Like at the hot bar?
Yeah, they have hot food that's, like, healthy. And then, like, it's all, like, organic.
Me and Shelby always joke about, like, places like that. It's like pizza from there. And we're like, well, it's healthy.
Yeah, they have pizza there.
It's healthy because it's from Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's, like, gluten-free cheese.
But it's, like, actually not that much different as far as carbs and calories.
Worst moment in the weight loss journey. Worst moment was just thinking I can't do it. Just having like, I had this like weird day on a Wednesday, like 3 weeks ago there. I just like started to like, excuses started coming to my mind. I just think I can't do it. How am I going to lose? I think I was like 10 pounds. And I was like, how am I going to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks? And it's just like, I just started doubting myself and I thought I can't do it to the point where I was like complaining, thinking like I should just like quit and rip up the check. But I kept doing it. Like I kept going. And I just stopped thinking about it. And I just started exercising. Every day after work, I just went and exercised before I even like had the chance to think about it. Are you going to keep going? Yes. Like the foods, the stuff I learned about wellness and foods is stuff I can use for the rest of my life. Once you start eating healthy too, you don't really want to eat unhealthy foods anymore. You just, like you
feel better.
Yeah. Your taste buds, your body, you just like, you don't want to like corrupt your body with like bad stuff once you like get healthy. Have you tried keto? I've tried keto multiple times. I've tried cauliflower rice. Yeah, like I know all the secrets. And the thing about it is, best and worst advice Sean gave you during all of this. Worst advice Sean gave me during this was worst advice. Best advice Sean told me was to just don't eat. Like
I said about pain.
Yeah.
I said, you're not going to do this without feeling pain.
Yeah.
You're going to feel pain.
Yeah.
You're going to feel hunger pains. If you work out, you're going to be breathing heavily and it's going to be painful. You're going to have to sit there in pain, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like,
not bad.
The pain seems worse, but it eventually ends. That's what I was saying to you like the whole time.
Yeah. So pain.
Because you seemed like you were trying to avoid it.
I was trying to avoid it because I just didn't trust my body. Didn't like think. I was thinking like, woe is me. I'm like 400 pounds. I don't want to like feel pain. Like thinking I can't handle it. But Rachel was saying one of the best moments. The best moments was like when I like ran for the first time in like a long time, and my heart started like pounding really hard, and I didn't die. So that was the best moment. That like I exercised hard and I didn't die. And that's really what kind of started the spark of me thinking like, oh, I can up the intensity.
This just in. Exercise will not kill you.
Yeah. But you can have a cheat day. This is what I did. Well, eating healthy, Brian tells me you have to eat at least 80% healthy. So cheat days, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'll have a cheat. One thing I've learned from people who lost weight is like sometimes you gotta realize like you don't deserve a cheat day. Like you've been treating your body like crap. Like what is a cheat day to you? Like burgers and fries? Like I don't know. Well, I don't know what a cheat day is. I just eat my protein, my veggies, and I try to not feel full. Like that's the biggest thing I've learned is like don't eat to feel full. Like eat just the right amount to get the energy you need. So,
eat to live, don't live to eat.
Yes.
That's what my mom always says.
That's the biggest thing also I've learned with just eating less and stuff is just my relationship with food. Like like my whole life I had a horrible relationship with food. So once like you just don't eat and you don't like you're like almost scared to eat. You just like don't care about
Remember
food
I told
as
you about
much.
that scene from Dodgeball?
And it started coming up. It made sense. Well, okay, worst thing was the worst thing. I'm gonna say the truth. Worst thing is when we celebrated at the warehouse and Sean, Shelby, and Rachel like sat in front of me and ate dinner, and I just like had to just like watch them eat.
Well, that wasn't bad advice. That was just a bad moment.
Yeah, it was just like it was like
pain. Yeah,
it was just. It wasn't like I was like craving food. It's just like
we were eating chips.
Yeah, like it's just like just always been big. It's just like I wish I can just like eat things and not have to worry about what I eat. But that's my life. It's fine. Don't be scared about eating.
I disagree. I disagree with that advice.
What? Don't be scared about eating?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
like for you. I mean, if you're
we are so mean. Rachel said, yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you're like 220, like you got to eat and exercise, but like for you,
yeah,
like your main thing was eating too much. So like, I don't know. I don't think that's good advice.
Yeah, I mean,
you should be scared about eating.
Also, like the biggest thing, like I'm a huge breakfast guy, and the biggest thing I like that helped me is like not eating breakfast, waiting until 11 or 12 to eat, and don't eat in the mornings. So it just prolongs your fasting period when you wake up. I think that's the biggest thing I've done, and just no bread.
Before you probably thought it like I need breakfast or else like how am I gonna have energy for the day?
Yeah, my whole life I was like I woke up excited because I knew I was gonna eat breakfast. And that was like my whole life, like up until I don't know, 6 months ago. Like that was my favorite thing about the day was waking up to eat breakfast.
You just need better stuff to do in the day.
Yeah, so make smart choices. I will. I'm gonna make smart choices. Make smart choices.
What's your ideal weight?
My ideal weight, the lowest I ever was 260.
Well, I bet you when you were born you were less.
Yeah, I was less than that. My ideal weight would be like 230, 240.
That's 160 pounds away.
Yeah, I still have a lot to lose, guys. Like, yeah, I have a lot to lose still. It's not even the beginning. This is like 100 of what I need to keep doing.
Let me ask you a question. I wanted to do over 6 months that you have to lose 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Right? But we agreed to 50. But do you think if it was 60 pounds, you would have lost 60 pounds? You know, like that's the power of a goal.
Yeah.
That is the beauty of, a brain works at procrastination at the last second. Everyone's turns in their paper. They have 3 weeks to write a paper in school.
Yeah.
And they write it in the last 2 days. Like the brain is always forced to do things at the last minute. And that's a bad thing, but like it's true. Do you think if it was 60, you would have got to 60? I think you would have.
I think I would have, but because like the first couple of months, I was doing 5-7 pounds, and then I gained those 2 pounds. I really wasn't doing the heavy weight loss until the last 2 months. So you know what you're eating, you gain. You can look back. Yeah. Tracking like your carbs, your macros stuff. That's people do that when they get into serious business of when they're already small and they need to cut down. Me, I just need to eat less and eat healthy. So that's what I did.
I feel like for you, it's less about like the logistics of the diet. It's more about the discipline.
Yeah, the discipline, for sure. I mean, don't eat after 8 o'clock. I've done that. Biggest thing, eating guacamole. Really? Like
stop doing it?
No. Like that's why I started eating it.
I mean, yeah, avocados.
Avocado is a superfood. It fills you up.
Here's the thing. What do you dip in it?
See.
Carrot. The answer would be good answer would be carrots and celery.
Yeah.
The chips are so good in it.
Yeah. Chips are really good.
The chips are the problem.
And that's the thing about Earth Fare that I live by. They have tons of options like sweet potato tortilla chips, but then you look on the back of them, they're still unhealthy. Yeah. Everything's. One thing I learned about food, everything's bad for you.
Everything.
Everything's bad. You just have to do portion control. And you just have to eat the stuff that are better for you more than the stuff that's bad for you. I don't do the macros, whatever, look at calories, higher fiber. Yeah, but the biggest thing I missed it. You make your goal. Nico said that.
Don't.
Nico, I did. Why are you so fat? Man, I mean, there's multiple reasons. There's all excuses, but let's just go.
He loves food.
I like food, and I don't like to move as much as the average person, I guess. And yeah, we're gonna find out genetics soon, but there's no point.
Let me get back in this bitch. Woo! Yeah, Brandon hit it, baby. Took my money. Did it. Sweet potato fries, bake. I'm actually so sorry. I'm joking. Official ode 1, you're an asshole.
That's the person saying, why are you so fat?
No, man, jokes are very much accepted. I want everyone to make fun of me. Whoever disses me the best might win. Because there's no clear winner so far.
No, there's not.
They said, why are you so skinny? Oh, now that's offensive. He's 390 pounds.
That's crazy.
Whew. All right, we were talking about Bitcoin. We were talking about Apple versus Facebook. We were talking about how all the news now is much less political and more businessy, and I like that. Did anyone see what Bill Gates said? See what Bill Gates said? Mm-hmm. Bill Gates made like an announcement. I'll get to that in a sec. Bill Gates made an announcement that everyone in the next however many years, I forget what he says, America, rich countries, should be 100% no beef, all synthetic beef.
Oh!
Yeah, so like...
Would you eat synthetic beef?
Yeah, I've had it before.
Really? Where?
I just like veggie burgers or like the McPlant, or I don't think I've ever had that specifically. But yeah, I've had like the alternative meat. It's fine. I mean, if you put a sauce and a bun on it, it's hard to tell. But I think that's interesting. Shelby said, did you see Kim and Kanye officially filed for divorce?
No.
I didn't see it that it was officially, but I believed it.
You see his new shoes?
I didn't see his new shoes, no.
I might get them with the $5,000.
That's a good way to spend it. You should buy Bitcoin with it.
I'm definitely going to do that, yeah.
Bitcoin, some clothes, get some deals. I mean, $5,000 is a lot, but like, it's not life-changing. I would not rock those.
Really?
Let me show them to everyone.
They're like space shoes.
I would not rock these. What do you guys think about these? I wouldn't rock those personally, but do you?
I mean, I'm not a big...
I always think shoes are just a little overrated because, like, you know, if you're this big, I think we talked about this recently somewhere, but it only takes up this much. I get some nice shirts, some nice pants. Boca burgers are good, but hey, I'm excited to see where Kanye goes next, where Kim goes next. I love them both. Me and Shelby at one point had like this thing on our fridge. It was like, be like Kim and Kanye. We thought they were the best couple ever. And it's sad that they're divorced, but I get it, man. I get it. Kanye got off the rocker a little bit. On my podcast with Zuby, which you guys should listen to when it comes out, we talked about Kanye and how he's like really smart, but really not good at using words to exemplify his points. You have to like listen to a whole poem to get like the one thing he's trying to say. And the one thing he's trying to say is like ahead of the game, smart. And that's the thing I love about Kanye. I love crazy people. I admit I have a proclivity towards loving crazy people. I love crazy people, but also I like smart people.
You think Kanye is gonna go crazy since since the divorce?
I mean, it's already been going on. I think here's the thing that's also crazy about Kanye in a way. It's like he will tweet every second for 3 months, and then he will get off Twitter for like a year.
That makes it crazy.
And then he'll get back on Twitter. Like the second he tweets one time, I'm gonna be like, yes, let's go. And then he's gonna go on a fucking like 3-month rant on Twitter, and then I'll get off.
It's like he plans it when he goes off his pills, and then he comes.
I don't know if he plans it. Dude.
He's like, I'm off my pills. Let me tweet now.
I love the guy. I'll always love him, and I'll always love Kim too. I love Kim.
How can you do better than Kim?
Okay, no, you did that. LOL. If Brandon asks for a raise, then he gets Yeezys. I'm gonna punch him. Well, no, he just got $5,000. But then if Nico says he's gonna punch you if you get Yeezys. You should invest the money. You should cover your cost of living and invest. Yeah. I hate the dollar. I hate having dollars in the bank without a plan for the dollars. I like to have that in investments, like assets, buy assets, whether it's real estate, whether it's equipment that can make you money, whether it is an investment. Like if you just have like say 40 grand and it's just sitting in a savings account, fuck man, that 40 grand could be worth 20 grand in 2 years because of the inflation and the fact that the government is just printing money like whatever, just paper. And goddamn, like everyone is noticing what I'm talking about. I'm not some brilliant person that is like ahead of the game on this topic. Everyone knows that the US dollar is like not as powerful as it used to be. That's why, what the fuck is Bitcoin at right now? Like, let's see.
Ridiculous, man.
It is at 55,578. That's insane. It was at, when it hit 40.
I doubled my money.
You bought some?
Yeah.
How many dollars of it did you buy?
$10.
Because you're going to be opening Roths. That's good. I mean, that's a safe thing. I mean, Roths are still dollars. They're still, and then if you make too much money, you can't invest in it. That was my problem with the Roth IRA. But Roth's good. It's safe. It's putting the money into the stocks and stuff, which is better than just having it sit there in cash. Nico, if you're still here, I know you.
Will you be my hedge fund manager?
I mean, I could be your advisor for investing, but I'm not a hedge fund manager. Sean, so much in front of you. Yeah, there's so much in front of me. About 8 beers. You're talking about Ross on Cedar and Green Lane. I love their chicken sandwich. Shut up. Jokes don't come through as funny on a thing, but that was funny. Cedar, I don't know if that's a real place, but Nico gets one for the zinger. Nico, I know you invested in a bunch of those CDs, right? Those like, you put in $10,000 and 2 years later, it's worth $10,200. It's like guaranteed there. It's like the most boring investment.
I remember in school they always talk about compound interest.
Yeah.
Where do you go to get compound interest?
Okay. So compound interest. Compound interest is a very amazing topic. It's like that question. Okay. Would you rather have $1 that doubles every day or $1 million now over a month?
I know the answer to that.
Like it's the $1 a day.
Yeah.
So compound interest is like, all right, there's like a way to explain compound interest in like life, whereas like, and then there's a way to explain it with money. But compound interest is like the growth that you get is not linear. It is linear. It's like, it's not like, if you put in a certain amount of money, it will compound on itself. It will make money on itself, and then it'll make more money, and then it'll make money on that money that it made on the money. And then over a longer period of time, it'll grow even more. You need a significant amount of money to make interest. If you just put money in a savings account, like my one Wells Fargo savings account that I don't really use, it has $750.01 in it. That 1 cent is interest. Like that didn't really do a lot because I move money out of it sometimes. But like compound interest will you put money aside and it'll gain interest and it'll compound. There's not a compound interest account that you can go invest.
That's what I want to ask. Yeah.
You can't just like be like go to a bank and say, "Hey, can you put this in my compound interest account?"
Yes, that's what I want.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
Compound interest is more of a theory, and I'm not explaining it that well. But essentially, like if you're good at basketball, no, that's not a good example. Like 5, 10, 15. 30, 60. I'm not explaining it well. I swear I understand it better. But it's like things that build on themselves will build on themselves even bigger and better once they're bigger and better. And like if you can get a 2 times return on something, that's good. But you'll get a 4 times return if it's even more. So like, and then those returns go from 4 to 16, and like the returns are compounded bigger and better as you move up higher the ladder. And that goes with skills. That's the reason why you want to stick with like a business that you know. Like I've stuck with Monograms and like it's compounding on itself. It's compounding. It's growing like not as much as it grew from the first year to the second year. It's growing from how much it grew from like the 3rd year to the 8th year because you're getting so much better at it that if you doubled your skills in the 1st year to the 2nd year and then the 2nd year to the 3rd year, you were 1.2 times better. Eventually, it's going to be like 13 times better, then 39 times better. And you have so much more to grow on after you're building on the interest. And all you had to do is put in that one initial investment. So it's like, it's a theory, but no, you can't just go to the bank and say, can I have the compound interest account?
Yeah.
They don't explain that well. I feel like we always circle back to sports. Hi, Sean and Brandon. Hello.
Best question wins $50.
No one's like the winner yet.
How could you said that she wanted to win, but she ain't put no effort.
She got to put some, give me on like a topic that I'm interested in. How could you grow a weed business? Well, the thing about the weed business now is that it's legal in many more places.
A lot more competition.
So it's just like any other business. Like, you have to get a product, find customers, have creative marketing to reach your market. Then you have to understand what you are in that market. Are you sativa, a sleepy weed? Are you really high energy weed? How do you brand yourself? How do you get a share of the market? How do you find your niche? And then how do you grow to bigger? It's going to be hard fucking work. Everything is hard work. Everything is hard work. And there is not one business. I hate when people talk about, oh, I have this invention. And if I invent it, I'm going to be rich.
That's what I do when I watch Shark Tank. I'm just thinking, I'm inventing something.
But honestly, like, no one from Shark Tank is that successful.
Yeah.
How do you hook people into trying something new?
Ooh.
How do you hook people into trying something new?
Similar to what you said before with trying something new.
Capitalist scum? You're damn right I'm a capitalist. Capitalism is the greatest thing for the world. Like new environmental stuff or product, etc. I mean, if you're talking about a product, like, so in business, they call that like the education gap. If you have a product that's really good for people, but they don't know about it yet, you have to educate the audience on how good it is. And that is a gap in business. It's so good, but people don't know about it yet. People already know about weed. Like, people already know about shirts. Like, so if it's something that they don't know about, there's an education gap. And that's something that takes skill to educate people on. And it basically has to be an education campaign where you maybe run advertisements or think about a way to
make a smokable shirt.
What's the best advice for someone trying to start their own business?
Don't.
Why? My first question would be, why do you want to start your own business? And if they say, because I just read this book and I understand that how hard it's going to be, and I understand that it's going to be difficult and I'm not just going to get rich quick, that would be the first step. You have to have the right mindset. You have to understand that it's not going to happen right away. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. And you're going to feel embarrassment a lot. You're going to feel self-doubt a lot. And you have to fight through that. That's like the basics. You just have to understand that to start a business. And then once you start it, it would depend on what the market is of what you're selling. And I can maybe give some more specific advice. Is it B2B? Is it B2C? Big difference between those two things. That means, are you selling directly to a customer like United Monograms? Or are you a business selling products to another business? That is a big thing right there. Decide that. And then it depends on, and then my next advice would be based upon what it is and what situation the person's in.
Do you have to have some sort of delusion though?
Yeah, you have to be a little irrational.
I think, because the book, The Next 5 Moves, I think they were talking about how, like, a lot of the difference is, like, you have to believe in yourself. And, like,
yeah, you have to believe in yourself. Of course. No one else is going to believe in you. Why would they? Like, there's no reason for anyone to be like, believe in you. Because there's already whatever you have that's already there. So why wouldn't they just get it from someone else? Why would they get it from you? Like,
when you were doing like t-shirts for United Tees, were you thinking like this is going to be the greatest t-shirt business of all time? Was that your goal, or was your goal just to make ends meet? Was your goal to
no? My goal was to. I knew how irrational starting a business was, so I just needed to claw myself in. Like, no one's going to let you in. So I just had to claw myself into just a market. And then I wanted to be able to afford gas and food. That was it. I had my mom's old beat up car, and I just needed to be able to afford gas and food. And it was more for me at first. Like, I didn't care. I was open-minded to what market we would attack, what product we would sell. But I started with shirts in my mom's basement. And I just wanted to be able to make enough money for myself to, like, have food, gas, and be able to, like, not have to work for someone else. That was like my first initial goal. But once I clawed in I clawed and clawed and clawed, and I sold shirts to other teams and businesses, and that business was an absolute failure. It was called Ponzi Studios. Hilarious to look back on. But I didn't, so that failed. But then I started selling shirts online with that equipment that I had. Business is going to take a lot of pivoting and a lot of strategizing and changing and shifting. And like when a market finds you, you have to attack the market. You have to kind of like go in with like a vision, like an X-ray vision, and like be looking around for what you do, what's open. And this is a great quote. It's like, opportunities are there for everybody, but opportunities only find the people that are looking for them. Monograms were a market that we happened to find. We wouldn't have found that market if we didn't already start the t-shirt stuff. And I knew all that when I started. So my goal was just to get in the game, just to start playing the game. And I still don't know exactly where the future could go, but I have the lenses that I have. I have the resources that I have, and I'm going to use those to keep my eyes open for new markets. And when I started my podcast, that was kind of like a separate thing. And I'm still in the stage like I was back then, but like I'm kind of using resources in a way where like space and equipment and the same payroll and everything. But I'm going to try to find a way to connect those. Here is one thing that I am very impressed with people in business who do a few different things. It's synergy. I did a podcast with this guy, Jeff Lerner, like a pretty cool guy. But he's got a podcast, he's got a coaching business, and he's got like some other stuff going on, but it all kind of connects, and everything. If one thing does well, the other thing will do well. And like they connect together. So like, that's cool because he understands the markets and he understands this, and this, they all kind of go together. And that takes time to do. That guy's like 45. But synergy is really good to have if you're doing a few different things, but you just got to start. You have to start having the thing that you do. If you sell cups, then you're in the cup world. You start to notice, oh, there's not this shape of cup. You know, you have to find it, and then you just have to go after it. And like, so my goal when I started my business was just to get in the game. And once you're in the game, you're there to stay. And then if you're good at the game and you're down to keep playing it every single day, then life is fun. You have an opportunity to make more money. And it's still hard because you still have to stay relevant to your customers and you still have to find new things. On the S&P 500, the top 500 companies, there's only like one company left from 1950. It's only 70 years later. You know how hard it is to maintain relevancy over a long period of time? It's essentially impossible. So that's the game. It's just to like stay relevant but you got to get in the game to play it. You should be your mindset when you start a business. Don't think that this business is going to be the best at this thing. You just want to step your foot in and start playing. Start playing. If you can quit your job and you're making enough money where you don't need a job anymore, now you're at like level 2. Like now you have to play the game every single day and everything is changing in the world. And that is the fun part. If you want to eventually relax, don't start a business. Like, you got to be ready to play the game every single day. That's great advice. Start believing in yourself. And that's like I said, that's the basics. Because the doubt is going to come from people in your circle. When I started my business, I quit my job. I did it a little boldly. Walked out of the job that I had. I was 21, 22, walked out of the job. I told my mom and she was like, what? You quit your job? Like, what are you going to do? Like, that was doubt right there.
Did you cry?
She was just mad. She was just like, you're an idiot. And then my friends like started being like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you have a t-shirt in your basement? They call me t-shirt boy. They're like, all right, t-shirt boy, I'm sure you're going to become a millionaire. Like, why wouldn't they doubt you? Like, and here's the thing. If they do support you, the support is going to only be for a limited time. Not in the fact that, so they're going to doubt you. And then if they support you and they buy your product, you can't build a business based on the support of your family. Say you sell a product, say you sell jewelry and your mom's into it, your sister's into it, your cousin, they all start buying it and they give you confidence. That's wrong. Like, that's inflated confidence. You have to have your will and your everything become from internally. If people are doubting you, fuck them. if they're over crediting you, dude, fuck them. You cannot build a business based upon selling products to your friends and family. You have to eventually find a market. And if you're good for like a couple weeks, 2 months, because you're making money like a little bit selling to your friends and family, that's not going to last. That's not sustainable. They don't need that many necklaces. You eventually have to find a market. So like, just don't let outside things, whether it be negative or positive, affect you. And like, that takes guts to be that confident, especially if you have no reason to be confident because you don't have any past successes. So you got to study, you got to read books, you have to understand what you're doing, you have to be internally strong and do that before you even start. Read at least 2-3 business books. Read Think and Grow Rich, read How to Win Friends and Influence People, read the 21 Laws of Leadership. There's so many. 40 Laws of Power is a little different, but there's so many great business books out there. There's one called like Bootstrapping, and there's one called like the Power of Not Giving a Fuck, something like that. Great books. I've read them all. I used to be obsessed with reading books before I ever quit my job. Obsessed. I used to go to Barnes and Noble. I didn't have any money. I would read the book, a couple chapters, then I would fold the page like where I was left at, and I would put it in the back. And I'll come back the next day, grab it, and pick up where I left off. Like, you have to bound yourself with podcasts and audiobooks or real books about that mindset of business first. And then once you internalize that, then you can take on the world. Then you start playing the game, find the market, all that shit.
Do you know anybody that started a business?
I don't really know. My uncle Gary.
College or
No, I don't know anyone that started a business. My uncle Gary, my dad's brother, started a business, and that's the only person in my family or my friends that I know that started a business. Books are the best, especially when you have no money. I don't know exactly what that second part means, but I mean, books cost money. But it's, find the book you like, go to YouTube, you can find the audio version. The problem is, like, Audible is better at saving the spot you're at that YouTube is as far as an audiobook. But, if you figure out, just write down where you left off and then go back to YouTube. Like, all these books I just mentioned are on YouTube. Like, it's free. It's free. But the thing is just, like, when are you going to do it? Like, you just have to be obsessed with the knowledge, and you have to be obsessed with it. And, like, mindset knowledge is number one. Then it's market knowledge. And that's when do I want to do software as a service? Do I want to do B2B? Do I want to do equipment? Do I want to do products? What am I going to get into? And then once you get into that, then you're just in the game, and then you gotta like go from there. But then you're playing. Then you have this. Then you're packed with this knowledge, and you're packed with the market information that you have. And then you roll. Then you roll for years, and it's going to take years, 8 years, 6 years, 7 years. It's going to take a long time. Yeah, but can you find everything you need at a bookstore? Like you said, you don't need to buy. You just need to find what you're looking for and read it. Dude, I mean, just Google top business books. Just Google it. And then figure out a way to get the information from that book. If you have a book that you want to read, it's very easy to figure out how to get it. You can go to a library. You can download a PDF, I'm sure, on the internet somewhere. If you have a book you want to read, that's the easiest thing in the world, is to find out how to read it or listen to it. So easy. Alexa Kai, you might be in the lead here.
What is she saying?
She's like talking about starting a business, reading books. Like, God damn, that shit is like, makes me so happy. Like, one thing I think is like maybe a problem of mine is I was obsessed with knowledge for like 8 years. And then I like kind of started podcasting. My business is doing great. Then I'm like putting out knowledge. Now I feel like maybe I should. The problem is like once you get to a certain level, the baseline books don't really cut it for you anymore.
When did you start listening to podcasts? Was that during that time too?
Yeah.
Really?
They weren't like
first Joe Rogan.
They weren't like as relevant. I mean, Joe Rogan isn't like in this category of like.
That was 10 years ago. I don't think Joe Rogan was like that.
But still, he's not in the category of like if you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to build your mind up, Joe Rogan's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like you might get some good stuff from there, but you need to like maximize the information. You want to read a book that like from cover to cover, it's going to be like the information that you need. You don't want to sit around and listen to a podcast that's some entertainment, some silly stuff, some news. News has become more interesting to me over the past like 6 years just because before I didn't give a fuck. I just needed knowledge. And I've got that knowledge and I've retained it and I've kept it and I've been obsessed with it and I've ingrained it in my soul. The knowledge from the book Think and Grow Rich, the knowledge from some of these books, it's ingrained in my soul. It's the action behind all of my movements. So like that puts me on the level. Now, once in a while, I still like to stay refreshed and motivated, but I'm like, okay, I read this book. I'm reading a book right now, the next 5 moves, like halfway through. And I listen to shit all the time on YouTube about success. It's like, okay, I'm just checking. I know this. So it's like, it's kind of frustrating because I'm now this level I'm at. It's like, I kind of need a higher level knowledge, more industry specific knowledge. There's this like $10,000 CEO course I've been considering joining. Yeah. One person who would love to have on your podcast.
Evan Carmichael. Joe Rogan.
Lil Wayne. Title of book: How Tough Are You? Nico knows in college we used to beat each other up, like smack, like hit each other with like pillows, and like I was always the one that's like, let's go, punch me in the face. Like if people would slap me, like we were pretty drunk, but like I was always the one that liked to get like beat up a little bit. Yeah. If you were in a high speed chase, what song would you be blaring on the radio? Somewhere over the rainbow. I don't know, man. I would not be honestly, if I was in a high speed chase, I would turn the music down to 0. Like you want, because like music, I feel like takes a little bit of focus away from your focus. You know, like you ever notice that if you're trying to back up into like a spot or something, you're parallel parking, that you turn down the music, like it hurts your focus like a little bit. It's raining, man. Probably, yeah. That's what I would do. What car would you use for your high speed chase? I'd use my Tesla.
Everyone says those things are super fast.
Teslas?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck fast as fuck.
But then the battery just dies quick.
You need to focus when you're a car chase. That's what I'm saying. She said, "Hi, Alex." That's how Rachel would say it. "Hi, Alex." Now Rachel's a superstar, man. She's a star of Live at Lunch this week, and she's been putting in the hours over at the operations.
Yeah, she said she's gonna work tomorrow.
Rachel's just a champ. I don't know what's going on. She's just like super fired up, motivated, laying out shirts, doing her job, listing products, starting Live at Lunch. She's actually, I think Rachel Shelby said she's going to a photo shoot in Daniel Island, which is where the new building is. Smart, planning ahead a little bit, scoping out the area. That's the ability to foresee the future, execute in the present. You know, you take a lesson from that.
Yeah. I look up to
Rachel and Brandon are the best.
Yeah.
I guess they know you from like the extra people on Live at Lunch.
They don't know anyone else.
I gotta say, Rachel's like higher than Brandon. Like,
yeah.
You know, no offense. Like,
I mean, also,
especially when it comes to United Monograms.
Let's put this like, she's been here for what, 5 years?
Yeah, she's been here for like 4 or 5 years.
That's crazy.
But like, she also is like United Monograms based. Like, you don't do a lot for United Monograms, really. Yeah. Mostly working with me.
I'll do more stuff.
I mean, dude. Like the one time you said you were gonna make those like stories with like the, like.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be awesome. Like, and then I got this. We have this. The other day, we needed to make a TikTok for the celebrity TikTok. I gave you the person.
I could have done that. Yeah.
You could have done it. Like, I ended up doing it just because, like, eventually I had the vision, and I was like, I'm just gonna.
You knew that you were gonna get it done.
Like, I could have asked you to do it, but by the time it took to explain it to you, but I didn't know, dude. Who's better at TikTok, me or you? Like, it seems to be me, but like, why should it be me? Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
And then I got to put these ads for TikTok, and the ads for TikTok are like not from the feed. You have to like create it separately. Like I would love if you could do that. I could help you make a lot of money.
Gotcha. All right, yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, and like, you know,
how is that TikTok doing?
It's doing all right.
What were you gonna say that?
But like, you know, how much is your output? Rachel's output is incredibly high. My output's incredibly high. Like your output's pretty good. Like you know, the podcast, like the content for me. But if you had more output in there. We could do that monogram stuff, like, and it would be very helpful. So, you know, as you get thinner and slimmer and trimmer and healthier and slicker and more being like, let's go. Like, come to me with ideas. Like, output. Rachel's a very high output. Shelby is a very high output. I have a pretty high output. And your output has gotten faster.
Yeah, it has.
For sure.
It has.
Do you do TikToks for your podcast? Not enough. You can follow me at TikTok at Sean Lowry 2020. But it's, I admit, if there's one, what would you use one word to describe my TikTok?
Me?
Yeah, my TikTok. There's one word that's very easy, I think.
Unique.
No, it's lazy. It's very lazy. Like I haven't put a lot of effort into
those
it.
48 Laws of Power.
Those were good.
We put a lot of effort.
Those were effort. Those were effort.
You could tell. Like when we go back on them, you're like, dang.
But that's like goes back to the business principles. Like, so me and Brandon were this book, 48 Laws of Power. Great book. We did like a podcast about it, and we were doing these like 48 TikToks, and like we put a lot of effort into them, and like it didn't pay off. It wasn't like blowing up, and like that. But that's okay. Like that is the.
It taught us something.
It didn't teach us a damn thing.
Okay.
What did it teach us?
It taught you. Well, you remember you getting on me about like planning out.
Well, yeah.
The TikTok and telling you what to do and like knowing what to do, having the idea. I mean, something like that.
But ultimately, like it didn't really. It was not worth the effort.
No.
But that is what like entrepreneurship is like. You're going to do a lot of things that are a lot of effort that don't pan out at all, and you don't have any time to bitch about that or be like, oh. Didn't work out. I worked so hard. No one gives a fuck how hard you worked. No one gives a fuck. Like, oh, I worked so hard. No, who cares how hard you worked? All that matters is how much you serve the market. So like, there's going to be a lot of that. And that's where that self-confidence and like self-belief comes back in. And also the energy. Cause it's like, I just did a lot of stuff. I wasted a lot of time. I don't have a time machine. If I had a time machine, I'd go back, but I don't. So you don't. No one has a time machine. You don't have a time machine to go past. You don't have a time machine to go to ahead to know what's going to happen. So like if you want to start a business, you don't know which one you should start. You have two ideas and you sit around for a few months, a year thinking which one of the two you should start, thinking you're doing research. You don't know. Start one of them and forget about the other one because you don't have a time machine. You don't know which one's going to be better. So you pick one and you either fail or succeed. And if you spend time thinking, oh, I should have done the other one. That's a waste of brain energy. It's a waste of thought. Don't go back and think I should have done it. You don't have a time machine. You can't work with the information that you have. I've made decisions that are bad decisions. And if you ask me, was it a bad decision? I'll say, no, that was the best decision that I could have made at the time with the information that I had. I don't blame myself for making that decision. The fact that it turned out to be a bad decision, well, that sucks. So let's move forward. Let's move forward. Like, I'm not mad at myself. Like, you never, like, don't spend time being mad at yourself. It's worthless. It's worthless. Now, if it's like two things that are related and there's a little piece of thing you can learn from it, learn it. But like, don't spend time being angry about things that are irrelevant. It's a sunk cost. The time has passed. The energy has passed. Move forward. Move forward. What kind of TikToks do you like to watch?
The ones where they dance.
I thought it was going to be a great word, and you said lazy. Yeah, my TikTok sucks. It's lazy.
There's a lot of TikTok out there. They put a lot of effort in.
What kind of TikToks do I like to watch?
The ones that they're over 18 and they're shaking their booties.
Brandon said over 18 and shaking their booties. Ever see those ones where like there's like a bunch of people? It's like the same guy. It's like Jason Derulo does it. It's like a dance move, but like he like jumps into the dance move.
Oh, like their face, their body. And...
Like, yeah, he's like, there's like 10 Jason Derulos and they're all like this or something. And then he does the moves and then he picks them up as he goes. Those are pretty cool. I don't know how they do those, by the way.
It takes a lot of time, I know.
TikTok is an incredible platform, man.
It's
Instagram, like, okay, so in social media, there's always been a big copying thing. Like,
oh yeah, Twitter Spaces.
Yeah. Snapchat started stories, and then Instagram stole stories from Snapchat, and that really worked for them. And then Twitter did stories, LinkedIn did stories, and then TikTok. It was TikTok, and then Instagram did Reels, and they thought they could steal it just as easy as they did from Snapchat, the story thing. I feel like that hasn't been as big a success. Mm-hmm. Like TikTok is actually very relevant social media. Because they haven't been able to steal it as easily as they wanted to. Now, Clubhouse. Does anyone know about Clubhouse? One thing I noticed about Clubhouse, why I think it's so prevalent, is because it's very much like an entrepreneur platform. Elon Musk asked Vladimir Putin to come on a Clubhouse with him. And like apparently like Vladimir Putin is like considering coming on. But now Twitter is trying to steal from Clubhouse with Twitter Spaces. I always am like, I like if I already have a social media that's built up for me or the business, and like that idea could be built into that platform. It's like, that's better, right? Because like you already have something, but like also if you're the first one to be on the new platform, it's cool. But like TikTok is definitely withstood their position after Reels. And you never know. Like, I don't know, maybe Clubhouse can withstand their position from Twitter Spaces, or maybe Twitter could just take it from them.
I'm just confused why you can't copyright any of those. Like,
dude, you got some shit on your beard. I don't know. I just can't look at you seriously. You can't copyright complex like things. I don't know. You don't know what Clubhouse is? Damn, I've noticed that like a lot of people don't know what Clubhouse is, and I'm like, damn, because in my world, like it's an obsession. I don't really love it that much. So what it is you have an account like social media. You have followers and people that you follow, and you join groups. And in the groups, it's just a bunch of little circles, like people, like your little profile picture, and everyone's just chatting. And like, there's people under the line that aren't part of the conversation and people above the line that are part of the conversation. But it's like a live podcast or it's a conversation. There's no comments. There's no likes. It's just like it's essentially a podcast. The thing I don't like about it is if you're tuning in as a listener, it's like tuning in the middle. Like you might be missing some stuff, you know, like, oh, this looks like a cool group. And all the groups have a title. Like our thoughts on Tesla. And you click on it and also you're just right in there. And then you can do this thing called raise your hand. And if you raise your hand and they let you into the group, then you can chat too. And they say like for the people that are listeners, it's just like if you're going to go to Spotify or iTunes to listen to a podcast or go to YouTube, instead of that, you go to Clubhouse and you tune into a group and you listen. It's like entertainment or stuff like that. And if you are like trying to grow a personal brand, then you could like start a bunch of Clubhouses. And what you do is like you get people from outside of Clubhouse. You connect with like 5 people on Instagram or texting. And you say, yo, 12 o'clock tomorrow, we're going to start a Clubhouse. And then all you guys join and you start chatting. But then if you're really big, you can just hit start a group. And since you have so many followers, like some people start joining in. And it's basically just chatting. It's just chatting. But it's crazy that a lot of people don't know about it because I seemed like it took over the world. But I guess like
it's still not for Android.
It's not for Android. That's a factor. That's probably a factor. But it's very entrepreneurs like based thing. I guess I didn't know that at first. I was like Clubhouse. I have an account. But it does seem to be like based around like the entrepreneur world. All right, well,
who's gonna win?
I think Alex.
Snuckus?
Alex, do you want to win?
I got a question.
What's your question? Yeah, Brandon. Let's get Brandon a question.
All right. So, like, when I tell you about y'all, I say y'all are like the top 3 monogram company in the country. So, like, before I knew about y'all, my sister would buy monograms from like Etsy stores. So, like, how did you know what to do to build your monogram company to surpass everyone up to get to that top?
We didn't. We just started and we found things that our customers liked, and then we dove into those things. You start something, you have 10 products, 9 of them suck, 1 of them's good. You find out what's good about that one, and then you do more of it. If it was coffee, say it was a coffee themed shirt, then you sell more coffee ones. And then you find out lounge sets work, and you do more of those. You find what works and you keep going. And then it takes time, it takes effort, and also a lot of other companies that sell monograms, they also sell other things on their websites that aren't monogrammed. And from the very beginning, I put my foot down and said, we will not sell anything on this website besides monograms, because that is what people are going to come to this site for. So that made us like specific in that, which made us rise up to the top. And then by now we have thousands of products. We have so many products because of all our years of effort. We have a loyal customer base, and just logic plus time equals greatness in a market that is small.
Oh, before you knew how to run ads, how did you get customers?
Organically from Twitter.
Yeah,
on Twitter, like, it's popular, but what we did was like we would go to other companies. We'd find a tweet that said, I love monograms. And if 40 people retweeted it, we'd follow those 40 people. Okay. 10 of them would follow us back. Then they find their tweets and then they buy from us. And then once they buy from us, then they're on our email list. And when they're on their email list, then we send them out emails that says, hey, we got a new monogram. They like it. They buy it again. They tell their friends. And then meanwhile, more people on Twitter are joining in. Then all of a sudden we have 200,000 people on our email list. Then Facebook ads come along. We put that into Facebook. They give us a lookalike audience from 200,000 people to 2 million people. We run those ads to those people. They like it. They buy it. They get on our email list. And it's just a snowball effect of knowing exactly what you do, finding the people who like it, and just pounding that niche, that market, being the best at it, thinking about it every second of every day, building a team. If there's eyeballs across social media on different platforms, then you go there and you present monograms. You obsess over your brand, you obsess over your efforts, you know exactly what you do, and you always obsess over what your customers want, how to get it to them, how to get it to them quickly, how to get it to them with high quality, and how to serve their needs. And then once you serve their needs more and more, they appreciate it. They become advocates, and you just snowball what you do, and it just takes a little bit of time, and you just keep going. That's essentially how we did it. I mean, and we ain't going anywhere. And then you make monogram addicts.
You have those.
I've sucked my friends and family in too. Just like you're saying, Sean. All right, Alex, you're the winner. Drink and grow rich.
I feel like we need like an exit song.
An exit song?
Yeah.
All right. I got it. This is going to be our exit song. Get in here, Brandon. You're the man of the hour. Peace out.
Peace out. Drink and grow rich. Do you love it?